Good morning, gamers. Welcome to another Ramble. Today we're going to be talking about the Ruinous Powers, which is Jagex's new prayer book that they've announced for Desert Treasure 2. Currently, there is a beta live where you can test out those prayers. So if you guys didn't know about it, Worlds 401 to 412 have those the prayer book and like the new Virtus robes and other stuff on there. So if you guys want to go check it out. Now, I just briefly went on to those tournament worlds and was messing around. The biggest thing I noticed initially was just the prayer drain was extremely high. The prayers are extremely good. I didn't ever really get around to testing it at a lot of places on the tournament worlds myself, but I was able to go on Twitch and watch a bunch of other gamers testing it out on places where people actually do high-level PVM, such as TOA. I'll just shout him out. Mulgo Kirby, he's been killing it. I've been watching him. I've been watching a lot of others testing out the prayers, and I've also been checking out Reddit and Twitter just to gauge what people in the community are thinking about the prayer book, what their thoughts are, because I swear, after the first day of the beta, I was already getting kind of overwhelmed, getting daunted with the thought of an entirely new prayer book that's going to come out that's most likely just going to entirely replace the standard spellbook. So also, toward the end of the ramble, I'll be just having a little bit of an IRL update. So if you guys are interested, you probably know what it's about. Stick around until the end. Also, drop a like on the video and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys. We're closing in. We're about 20 subs away from 15,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the support. Now, let's talk. Okay. I personally think, I'm just going to share the hot take right now. I personally think the Ruinous Powers prayer book should be scrapped entirely. I think that because it is so game-changing, like ridiculously game-changing. And on top of that, we also have the new skill announced, which is sailing. The combination of like all of this stuff coming into the game is going to feel unrecognizable. Now, it's not going to totally change the game. I understand. I'm not going to be like over dramatic about it, but there are some serious consequences with changing so many things in the game in a short period of time. Now, I understand sailing is probably not even going to come out for the next like 2 or 3 years, if it even does. If it goes back to like stage 1 or something of the skill pitches, but sailing, I genuinely think sailing has less of an impact on the game than Ruinous Powers does, which is the prayer book. I have to say that for like the third time. So Ruinous Powers is the prayer book. That's what it's called, because I swear like I've been asked. Anyway, so what I would prefer from Desert Treasure 2 is that 4 new prayers are released. Instead of an entirely new prayer book, we get 4 new prayers. Augury, so Piety is level 70, Rigor is level 74, and Augury is level 77. Why does it only stop till 77? We could do something with the standard spellbook. We could move this prayer icon thing that shows you how much prayer. We just remove that and add 4, or I mean, even up to 6 new prayers personally. I think 4 is good because there's 4 new bosses coming out. But let's fill out the rest of the standard prayer book and not mess. This is, again, my opinions on it. So let me know down in the comments. I'll be sharing a lot of different controversial points. So if you guys have your own takes, I personally want to hear them. I know, other people in the community want to hear other people's takes. So drop it all down in the comments. We'll review it together down there. And I think 4 new prayers would do just fine personally, because and we can choose the ones from the Ruinous Powers that are really good. They feel balanced. They don't feel like they're gonna destroy metas. One of the problems with coming out with a new prayer book is the simple fact that now bosses are going to be designed around it. So right now, the Ruinous Powers actually just decimates most bosses. It's just insane. Like, it's ridiculous, basically. Like, the prayers are insane. It does take strategy. It does take a little bit more skill involvement and a little bit of, like, just different thinking on how to use these prayers, which is exciting in its own way. So I understand the excitement about like transforming metas. You just literally, I mean, it's not like the game we have. We have to design new metas around Ruinous Powers. But I honestly think just 4 new prayers would do just fine, and you could release them like Rigor and Augury from Chambers of Zarek, where they're just scrolls that you unlock and they're tradable and things like that. So let me know what you guys think just about that in general. I don't even know what prayers would be the ones. So if you guys have any suggestions for what those 4 prayers could be, or potentially up to 6, because yeah, we do have like 6 more slots. I think just 4 would be fine, because then we do have an additional 2 for like future content. But yeah, also, I need to talk about the prayer book. So if Ruinous Powers does enter the game, which I'm kind of doubtful about, to be honest, just based on people's feedback. But if it does come out in the game, we need the ability to rearrange our prayers. This is not, the prayer filters is not enough. I'm sorry. Just like removing this stuff, it, like, who the fuck wants to play like this? Like, dude, this is messed up. Okay, listen. So, prayer filters, I'm sorry. You should be able to click the filter, and you should be able to drag and reorder prayers. And it's not to necessarily reorder this. I feel like most people would just keep the standard prayer book as is, because we're all used to it, muscle memory. But Ruinous Powers, the protection prayers are like up here by superhuman strength, improved reflexes, and rapid restore. That is going to be it already is a massive headache just on the beta worlds. But if it came into the game like that, it would be a massive headache to try to adjust your muscle memory that we've all had for 20 plus years at this point. So please, Jagex, can we just finally stop being so goddamn dogmatic about like, oh my god, it's going to break the game if we rearrange our prayers? It's not going to make a difference. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, let us rearrange our prayers. Even if Ruinous Powers doesn't come out, just let us rearrange it. What's the problem? So that's what I personally think. I think we should be able to just rearrange prayers wherever we want. Also, it would help with LMS. I don't know if you guys have done LMS with the new Pure mode and Zerk mode, but Jesus Christ, I absolutely hate it. I hate it. I want to leave. Whenever they have those modes, it's all randomized. I have to start clicking Ultimate Strength, Steel Skin, Incredible Reflexes, Mystic Might, Eagle. It's like all out of the way. It's so awful. It's literally awful. So please, like, I just want things to be put here because my muscle memory is used to it. That's not game breaking. Yes, the few people that have built the muscle memory around Pures and Zerks are going to start crying and whining that they now don't have that big of an upper hand. But, like, come on. Like, who cares? Oh, my God. Okay, anyway, so that's my little ramble about just rearranging stuff. It's 2023. I remember a time when, like, OS Buddy was being removed. Or not removed, but a lot of plugins from OS Buddy were being removed. And RuneLite was coming out. This is, like, the early stages of RuneLite where there was a lot of, like, controversy regarding it still. And one of the things that Jagex canceled was the left-click pickpocketing. Like, there was some plugins coming out that would allow you to left-click pickpocket, which is just insane quality of life and just amazing. And then Jagex decided, oh, no, we can't have this. We got to go back to the roots and start right-click pickpocketing. Like, man, that was obnoxious. So for like a year and a half to 2 years after that decision, every player was suffering with having to right-click before pickpocketing something. It was just ridiculous. But there was still certain places like Artie Knights and just a few other places. I know they had changed ham members relatively soon afterward, but like Elves and Vyres remained right click, which was incredibly obnoxious. And people were still, getting away with it. They were just using other clients to do it. So basically, if you wanted to obey the rules, you had to just basically get carpal tunnel with both fingers. Whereas other people were just getting away with it scot-free, just, using these other clients. Anyway, so I think it's ridiculous. The same thing could be happening with prayers. I don't think it really is. I don't think people are clienting just to be able to rearrange their prayers. But the simple fact that we just can't do that for some unknown reason, I literally think the reason is like PKers getting butthurt. It's the same reason we can't resize. Well, we can now technically resize our spells, but I don't think we can in the Wilderness. I haven't really stepped into the Wilderness recently anyway, because after having completed it pre-Wilderness bosses, I just haven't really had the desire to go back out there. But man, like rearranging spells would be amazing. Resizing them to like whatever you want really, and just being able to move things around. Can we please just realize how stupid it is to be restricting moving spells around and moving prayers? It's not affecting anybody. Like, please, like, let's just, oh my God. I'm like losing my sanity over it, because I just feel like for years we just have the stupid, pettiest reasons for why we can't have easy, good quality of life in the game right now. Anyway, my thoughts on that. Ruinous powers, I do believe, should be scrapped. I think we could replace, if there isn't enough rewards already being offered. There's those new rings, Virtus robes. I can't even remember the other items that are being offered right now. They're on the tournament world, but we could just, if we're going to scrap that prayer book entirely, we could just come out with some new items from those bosses so it doesn't feel underwhelming. I don't feel like it'll be underwhelming regardless in our current state, but we could just offer some more items. So let me know if you guys have any ideas for that. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Just Ruinous powers. I'm not really on board with it. I think it should be scrapped. I think we should stick with the standard spell book or standard prayer book and just add some prayers, if anything. So let me know what you guys think. Now, I want to share briefly of an IRL update that had happened to me. So I was under the influence of some substances a couple days ago, like 3 days ago, I think, at this point. And are all the redwood? Oh my God, look at that. All the redwood trees are just chopped. God damn it. I'll just sit here and wait. So I was doing drugs, and I went to a very dark place in my mind that was very unexpected. And I didn't realize how dark, your mind can make a place under the influence of certain things. So I started a live stream, and I gave my audience quite a scare. Obviously, I was scaring myself. I was completely just delusional in the moment, and went live, and deeply, deeply regret what I did. And I was able to reflect after the fact of the potential harm I could have caused myself and to others just in being in a different state of mind. Luckily, nothing actually did go wrong. Everything is fine. Nobody got hurt. I didn't get hurt. Everything was fine by the end, but I was seriously very depressed moments after, especially on the come down, and just the fact that I could have destroyed, potentially my career with, in RuneScape, or, live streaming, just ruining my reputation over something as stupid as drugs. And so I was able to kind of reevaluate my life course. And so I've decided that I'm staying away from mind-altering substances from now on. And I am seeking professional help because I don't want to go back to that place, even though, I've learned some things from, psychedelics and stuff that I think my time with them is over. I know I've been known kind of as the mushroom guy over the past 6 months, but that I think that phase in my life is over, and I'm grateful for it. I think because of what happened, it's been very easy. I've made a decisive decision to just, it's done. I'm done with it. So in case you guys were worried about me, in case you guys missed last night's stream where I did talk about it briefly, I'm okay. I feel way better. I'm unscathed from the whole situation. I feel good. I feel, I don't know. I feel like it's a new chapter in my life. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. If you guys are unaware of what happened, you don't need to spam my comments on it. Just go follow me on Twitter. Down in the description, there is a twit longer on my profile if you guys are actually curious on more of the details of what happened. So go follow me on Twitter. And while you're down there, just go follow me on Twitch. Why not? Anyway, so it almost sounds like I did this. I caused this whole thing just so you guys would follow me on Twitter. It's not the case. But yeah, I did make a huge mistake, huge blunder in real life. And I will not be making that mistake again. So rest assured, I've learned from my lesson. Life lessons happen. And, thank you as well to all those that sent really lovely messages, and just pretty much being able to comfort me in that time. It was very scary, and I feel like with some negative comments and stuff, my mind could have gone even in a deeper, darker pit. So the fact that I was able to get comforting messages and remarks was very amazing of the community as a whole, and I'm grateful for you guys, and just I don't know. It was a good experience toward the end of just knowing that I have a community that loves me and cares. And so yeah, that's just my thoughts on this ramble. I figured I would just briefly mention it. So thank you guys. Anyway, I will be making a few more rambles next week, talking about, maybe more of the Ruinous powers. I really want to make a dedicated ramble on the Clue Guild that I've been thinking of. I know I've mentioned it here and there. I also want to talk about Grandmaster Clues. I feel like there's been a lot of talk around Grandmaster Clues, and if it's time to release them. Master Clues were, when were they released? 2016, I believe. So it has been 7 years, which means that it'll be 8 or 9 years by the time, Grandmaster Clues were to be like pitched or something. So I think it is probably time for Grandmaster Clues, but it's not what you think. I feel like a lot of people, when they think Grandmaster Clues, just think, oh, we got to make it Master Clues just on steroids. So Fallow's going to ask for a Champion's Cape and an Infernal Cape and all this bullshit. No, I want it to be completely different. I want it to be very Clue and fast-paced, very, very like Clue-ish. Not like, oh, you have to be incredible at PVM or you have to have like a 200 mil. Like, no, that's skilling in PVM. I want this to be Clue. And so without spoiling my ideas on it, I will be making a ramble on it. I'm not going to be talking about it here. We're going to be wrapping up the ramble here. But yeah, so look forward to some rambles in the upcoming future. Be sure to subscribe. And yeah, so I think that's it. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be live later today if you guys want to check out the stream. Might be doing some Barrows or Sarachnis. We're stacking up some clues. In fact, I'll just show you guys real quick what we're looking at. We are going to be doing an opening of hard clues. I'm stacking 240 because we're at 4760, so 180 more hards to stack up to get to 240. Then we'll be unleashing those to hit 5,000. And I don't really know what I'm going to be doing with the elites right now or the mediums, but currently I do want to have a little hard casket opening stream. So anyway, enough talking, enough rambling. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Keep gaming, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.